Night sort at the postal hub. 1. I used to think the mail never got weird, just late. I'm 25, the night sort clerk at the regional USPS hub off the interstate. My job is simple. Clear jams, swap ink in the labelers, scan misreads, and never enter a machine without locking the red Sauber E stop and clipping on my tag. Paper cuts don't kill you, my supervisor says. Shortcuts do. 2 rules taped above my station. Dock doors stay closed after 11. No riding the tilt tray. Never break a red lock someone else placed. The kind of commandments that sound bossy until you see a belt eat a pallet. The first odd thing was almost polite. The zebra labeler chattered on its own and spat a strip that read, "Do not forward. We print, zip corrected, and return to sender." Not warnings. I stuck it to the monitor as a joke, for a beep came from the handheld, even though nothing crossed the laser. I waved my palm through. No tone. The scanner's red lines looked thicker for a second, like heat you could see, then settled back into ordinary. 5. I checked the camera. Empty concrete, door seals asleep. Thermal expansion. I told the air. The air minded its business. 6. Dispatch radio cracked with a sound like breath through paper. A voice placed each word down like a heavy stamp. Leave. The lock. Then silence, as if the channel had swallowed. The overhead DBCS sorter hiccuped and spelled a nonsense tray code on the little screen. 3.13. That's not a tray. That's a time. I laughed, because laughter keeps air warm. 8. A jam flag blinked amber on. Chute. B5. Camera showed the bag mouth yawning, no parcel bridging. 9. I rolled a wire card over. It now faced me even though I'd left it parallel. 10. I keyed the lockout into B5's panel, clipped my red tag to the hasp, and leaned in. Cool air ran up my sleeve like water. Somewhere inside the chute. Tap tap. Soft, patient, like a finger testing metal. 11. You jammed? I asked the chute. Because people talk to cars too. The belt upstream purred, like it wanted to be helpful. 12. The labeler coughed another strip onto my wrist. Keep doors closed. The microscopic timestamp on the edge said 03:13, though the wall clock insisted 11:28. The misread scanner started spitting. Unable to read slips in a neat stack. Every third one rubber stamped with "Do not deliver" in a font we don't own. 14. Overhead, the tilt tray sang its little song as bins kissed their destinations. For one rotation, tray 42 didn't drop, and I saw a shape ride past the catwalk. Pale, smoothed, head tilted, as if reading my posture from behind my neck. I paged my supervisor. Busy. 16. A light at the far dock blinked open. Then closed, with nobody near. The camera on Bay 6 fogged for a frame with 5 long ovals and a heel. The language of a palm. 17. A carrier tub slid toward me on the belt, nudged by nothing, and stopped against my shin like a dog. Inside, loose letters slicked at the corners, as if licked. The top one had no stamp, no address. Just, "For you" in block pencil, and the return. Undeliverable. 18. I didn't open it. I slid it under the monitor, and told the labeler I wasn't in the mood for theater, not less noise. Aligned. Noise, like all motors agreed on a beat. For a second, the hub felt awake, in the way animals are awake. 20. Chute B5 thumped like a chest cough. Tap, tap, again. Nearer, inside the throat. 21. 2-person entry, I reminded myself, because repeating rules is a charm. 22. The screen showed the chute mouth, my shoulder, and someone almost standing too close. Behind me, mouth parted on the first half of "Don't oversay." I turned on instinct. Air. Only air. By who? I said out loud. The request blinked to authorized. like a name got eaten. 24. The radio whispered, "Don't forward." Then, like a clerk remembering a script, return. 25. I unhooked the bag. A smell came up, pennies, and envelope glue. In the dark, white edges shifted as if making room. I yanked my hand back and watched a strand of hair ride the static to the chute lip and lay there like underlining. 27. The doc knocked twice again. Bay 6, precise, patient. The misread stack fluttered, and the top slip faced me. Do not redeliver. 28. I did the thing my badge says I am paid to do. Locked the line out deeper, radioed the imaginary second, and grabbed the inspection light. No reaching, I told my arm. 29. The beam found an old canvas pouch, wedged crosswise. The tag on its throat read a zip that hasn't existed since the reorg. Someone had crossed it out and penciled. 3-point maturfne. 30. I hooked it with a reacher and eased it free. It didn't want to be lighter. When it came, fluid ran off my knuckles in a thin line that looked like water and read like ink. 31. The pouch hit the cart and sighed. I clipped a hazmat bag around it because protocols make good company. A chorus of little errors sang, no address, hold, unknown. The tilt tray spun like a carnival that forgot fun. 33. The letter under my monitor shifted by itself. The pencil block letters looked wetter. Through the envelope, a fingerprint bloomed. 5 ovals and a heel, then slid down a whisper. 34. A human voice at last. Night guard Miguel, leaning on the rail above. You good? He called, voice too casual. He didn't look at me when he said it. I'm fine, I lied. 36. The building's breath held. The belts didn't stop. They twix, listened. The handheld pinged a route ID never seen. Origin, origin, origin. 37. The pouch on my cart bulged once, light as a sleeping animal. From inside it, 2 knocks. Answered nothing. The red lock on my hasp shook very slightly, as if something inside the chute had put a hand to the same metal I was touching. 38. Leave the lock, I said to myself, to a voice, to the rule. My mouth felt like paper. No zip, no city, just a truth. 40. I rolled the cart to the dead letter cage and chained it shut like a ritual. The chain knocked the gate twice when it settled, as if Echo were learning the trick. At 3:13, because some hours like an address, every light blinked once, and every scanner made the same beep, and the cameras caught me and someone up, a half frame behind me, head tilted, mouth parted, practicing don't. 42. The radios exhaled in unison, not a word this time, just breath that had learned the shape of paper. The dock went still. The belts remembered. Day. Dawn smudged the high windows gray. Quiet? She asked. 44. Mostly, I said, handing her the pouch tag and the damp strips. She frowned at 3.13. Penned where a zip should be. Old pouch, she said. Sometimes the past burps. She filed it under a problem that looks solved on paper. 45. I swapped today's shift 2 weeks later. I tell people it's for sunlight. My mailbox at the apartment knocks twice. Sometimes, patient as a rule. Once a week, right about 3ps, I find a slip inside with no carrier initials, just undeliverable, do not forward, in a font that doesn't belong to us. 46. I don't open letters that arrive without a stamp. I don't break red locks, or ride tilt trays or crack dock doors, just to get some air. When the building I live in holds its breath like the hub did, aligned, listening, I say, in the steady tone the night taught me, return to sender. 47. For a long, thin moment, The hallway beeps, the way scanners do when they want to be kind, and the air lays a cool palm against my shoulder from the wrong side. Then the world remembers roots. The belts in my head drop their bins, and whatever was standing half a beat behind me, learning my steps, lets the mail go where it belongs.
If you survived this far, leave your like to prove you are not afraid.